Going live, and we are live. See if anybody pops on here. Nobody yet. Mrs. G's heading in. Maybe we'll have one viewer here today. I'm a little bit more organized than I was last week when I was scrambling around here trying to figure out what was what. The birdies are eating me out of house and home here today. It is 10 degrees out right now. The wind chill is -4. That was a Fahrenheit. Just to give you some idea of how chill it is. I don't see on the Weather Channel any chance of us getting above freezing until the end of February. Literally, I went all the way through until February 28th, and not one day was above freezing. Now, that can change, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Now, I know what you're all tuned in here for. You want to see if I've made any progress on this dollhouse, and I'll get to that in just a minute. But before I do that, I want to welcome you to What's Up with Richard at my channel, Richard Gettert. And I want to thank my subscribers. I appreciate your support. And I have a few new ones here. Best Health Channel has popped on. Thank you. And I'm going to mispronounce this one really bad, but it looks like Marglu's Music Channel and Stats Best Music Channel have popped on. And Biking 360 this morning, I noticed that he had a channel and he's riding a bike in Thailand. And just anybody who's out riding a bike, especially when you look out back here, is like, I'm going to watch. If I can't ride, I'm going to watch somebody ride. So I'm glad he's stopped by. And Dee and Zoe. And Zoe's a cute little pup, and Dee's a very nice gal. She's got a nice channel. I met her through Not the Real McCoy. So great. Thank you very much for subscribing, folks. I appreciate it. All right, without further ado, let's take a look at what's been going on here. Step by step. Now, I didn't go step by step when I was painting. I picked up pieces and tried to get as much painting done. But when it comes to putting this thing together, I have done it step by step. And I highlight in pink each sentence by sentence what I have to do to put this thing together. And as you can see, I've gotten down this far, and this is the roof. Let me show you that. I haven't done that quite yet. But this is the roof. And of course, you'll have the dormers here. But this needs to be painted white because this is the inside. It'll be slanted this way if you look to the inside of the dollhouse. And the roof will be here on this side, but this is the eaves, and that needs to be painted the same color as the outside of the dollhouse. I didn't realize that until I looked at this a little bit more carefully. So that has to be done. It'll look similar to that piece right there, if you can see it. And this will be the inside of the front gable, and this will be the eaves. So that's a project today. I'm not going to do too much today. Mrs. G and I, we worked this morning for at least a good hour, hour and a half. And I'll show you what we did here in just a second. Here's the front gable. I thought those windows came out pretty darn nicely, don't you? And that's the inside. And all the trim on the inside is going to be white. Not too much of a difference there in color, but I think get a difference enough. The next stage, these are the partitions, I put a number 5 on there because I know I have to paint these color number 5. Since these all got weird gray color names, I just put a number on top. So these will be 5. This is for the divider in the top floor. And this is the door cutout, and this will be the divider on the bottom floor. Those have to be painted. I want to get that done today on both sides. It's like freezing in the garage, but that's where I have to do all my sanding. So I'll go out there for 10, 15 minutes. I get cold. I'll come back in here and warm up. Besides, this is the big Super Bowl Sunday, and we're just going to have our huge Super Bowl party here. Mrs. G and I, we're going to have some hors d'oeuvres and watch the game. So anyway, this is what we got accomplished. This is the basic body of the dollhouse, the top floor. Now, I went ahead and sort of patched this together real quickly because I wanted to put the linoleum in where I was going to put the partition. But in order to do that, you had to put on the roof, so you knew where the dormer cutouts were. So this partition will go in here like that, and that'll need to be glued in. Now, they're suggesting that you do this before you put the roof on. I don't know if that's going to be a possibility or not. We'll see. But that needs to go in there. And then this piece will go. Oh, I'm blocking the light here. We'll go in here like this. If you can see that, give or take. And then I have the linoleum on this side. They do sell carpeting, which would be really cool to put down here in this little living area, but it's a little bit pricey. So I think I'll forgo that for the time being. So those have to be put together. And then, like I say, Mrs. G and I had to put this together. And if you notice, the floor is a little bit bowed here. The bottom floor was the same, so it was really a challenge to get these put together. But I got all the windows down and in. There's the one side window. And the front, actually, I think is turning out pretty nicely. Got the windows in. They were a little bit tricky, but they have the double hung look to them. You can see them. And then over on this side, there's going to be a big bay window. I haven't put that together yet. They haven't told me to put it together yet, so I'm just going to follow directions on that one. But that looks a little bit tricky to put together too. So that'll take some time and some patience. So yeah, I've gotten quite a bit done this week. It's looking pretty solid. It'll be more solid when we get the back roof and the front roof on. I still have a front porch that needs to go here. I need to get the roof on. I need to build the dormers. I know there's trim that goes along the back. It's also, I think there are some decorative pieces that go along the bottom here, and then you will paint the bottom part a little different color than the top. I haven't decided what I'm going to do there. I've done a couple different things on dollhouses. They suggest to paint it the same color as the little pediments up here. I have used gray paint with sand mixed in it. That looks like this. And it actually looks like some kind of cement or concrete as a base. Whether that would look good on this particular model, I still haven't decided that So anyway, we're on our way. We're getting done. Yeah, this takes a lot of patience, sometimes which I don't have a lot of patience, but yeah, not totally unhappy. I got some marks there because I was a little bit sloppy with the paint, and I have no clue what I did there. But all these little, I don't know, I've got them covered up here. But where's, like on this part right there, where there is a slot, you know, the tab fits into the slot, there are all kinds of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 of those. They need to be filled in with some kind of wood fill, sanded off, and then we have to go back and touch those areas up, which will give it a nice, smooth, finished look. That'll probably be the very last thing that I do. So anyway, so far, not totally unhappy. A few inappropriate words this morning trying to put this thing together, but we weren't live, so I have to worry about it. Thank you, Mrs. G, for helping me with that. That's great. So like I said, all I have here to do today is to get these painted. I've already been to the garage and I've sanded them. I think the other thing I have to do is look for gussets, and that's over here. Yeah, R&P all gussets. Now, R&P means you have to remove them and prepare them. But I don't know where do the gussets go? How do I prepare them? What color do I paint them? I mean, that's what I have to figure out. That's something for tomorrow. And with the look at the weather, I don't think I'm going to be doing too much outdoors in the near future. So anyway, I'll start doing some of that painting here in a little bit. Like I say, we have the Super Bowl on. Super Bowl is the big football game of the year, where we have the AFC and the NFC football teams here in the United States. Who do we have? We have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and I think the game's being played in Tampa Bay, where it's nice and sunny and warm. And then, of course, we have the Kansas City Chiefs. So I'm not sure who I want to win this game. Oh, somebody popped on here. Oh, Travels. Hi, how are you? Good. Where was I? Oh yeah, the football game down in Tampa Bay. I'm pulling, I think, for the team in the Midwest. Yeah, anybody that puts up with weather like this is got to be the top-notch team in my mind, because they're down there in warm, sunny Florida. Yeah, I'm going with the Midwest. I've never been to Tampa Bay, I've been to Kansas City once in my life, many, many, many years ago. So let's go with the Chiefs. All right. Oh, yeah, I forgot. I got to put the door trim in today, too. I can glue that in here in just a few minutes. That just fits around. This is the interior door trim. I have exterior door trim, too, that will make the dollhouse look real nice. So talk about the weather. This is where, what's up with Richard? We talk about variety and viewing, and then we talk about adding some, anyway, we're going to add some knowledge to you today and expand your horizons. So don't laugh. It's hard to believe that I have two sisters that are extremely artistic. I have a brother who is an architect, who's artistic in a different way. And old Richard, that's Michigan. So I'm going to help you understand what's going on outside here real quickly. All right, this is Michigan, and we live down here right in that corner. That's Southwest Michigan. Where this yellow area here is Lake Michigan. So what happens sometimes is we have what we call lake effect snow. So we're going to expand your horizons here. If you don't know what lake effect snow is, well, you're going to find out. What happens is the lake is not frozen. and it's fairly warm compared to the air that's coming over it, especially now when it's 10 degrees. So what happened is that warm air is picked up over the lake, becomes clouds, and whichever way the wind's blowing, sooner or later, all that water vapor's got to come down somehow, and it comes down in the form of snow. Now, right now, we're not getting any lake effect snow. That's like 70 miles north of here between Kalamazoo and Grand Rapids. They're getting the lake effect snow. I do remember once coming back from work. I work about 10 miles from here, about 5 miles up, 5 miles east. And one day I came out, got into my car, dusted it off a little bit. By the time I got over here to Red Arrow Highway, 5 miles, there was snow. By the time I got here to the house, turned down my road, I could not get in my driveway. It had been plowed shut by the snow plows. I don't know how much snow we had. That's lake effect snow. And you just never know where it's going to be. It could be here. It could skip over us. A lot of times it will skip over us and go down into Indiana. Indiana's down here. And we don't care if Indiana gets it because we have to deal with it. Sometimes it'll go and be dumped east of us. Like earlier this year, we got no snow really, and yet 20 miles inland from here, they got over a foot of snow. So lake effect snow. Now in Chicago right now, it is, I looked that up, 6 degrees Fahrenheit. Feels like -5 degrees Fahrenheit. But here in brighter Southwest Michigan, it's 10 degrees. So what's the difference? In fact, if you go up to Wisconsin, if you go to Milwaukee, Wisconsin, I looked earlier, they're already below zero. And but that wind coming over the lake, that's picking up all that moisture, also brings some warmer air to us. So we're sitting sort of pretty simply because it's warmer here than it is on the other side of the lake. In the spring, that can sometimes not be very helpful because in Chicago, when it's like 75, here it could actually be 65 or lower, simply because that cool wind coming over that cold water makes it cooler. But in the summer, that wind coming over that cool water can actually cool us down. So it might be 90 in Illinois along the shore, and it might only be 82, 83 degrees here. So now you know a little bit about how the lake affects the state of Michigan. I'm not sure it's helping us too much out there right now. Anyway, I think you've seen the Dollhouse. That's what I actually brought you on board here for. And once again, I want to thank all my subscribers. I don't have a lot to say. All I'm going to do is sit here and paint for a while. Eventually, I'm going in the living room and watch some football. And anyway, I guess that's about it. So if you're watching this on the replay, it probably won't pop. It usually pops up sometime early morning. It takes YouTube a while to produce it and make sure there isn't anything bad in here. So it might not be anything good, but there's anything bad. So anyway, I'm going to take a peek here. Okay, yeah, he says hello, my friend. Ouch, that hurts. So anyway, thank you for stopping by. What's up with Richard? Next week on Sunday, hopefully do another live stream, and I'll have a little bit more to talk about. I'll have a little bit more done on the Dollhouse, and now you know what's up with Richard. Thanks for stopping by.